If you've ever felt tight or stiff or stuck, or you've had one nagging issue that keeps coming back, whether it's a hip or a shoulder or your back or your knee, this is definitely for you. And if you're an athlete, it's the same story, just with much higher stakes. You want clean positions, you want better performance, and you want a body that holds up under training. And hopefully also to keep doing what you're doing and doing what you love for as long as you can. This membership exists for one reason: to help you build and maintain a body that moves well, that feels good, and stays reliable through strength-based mobility training. Most people don't actually have a stretching problem. They have a capacity problem. They can't control certain ranges. Their joints don't feel prepared. So the body does what it's designed to do. It protects itself with stiffness and tightness and compensations and sometimes even pain. So you stretch more, you foam roll more, you try random mobility flows, and you feel better for an hour. But then life happens, and training happens, and sitting happens, and you're right back to where you started. This membership is built to change that pattern, not by forcing flexibility, but by training the thing that makes mobility stick: strength in control inside your joints. When you join, you're getting a structured library you can actually use, not a random pile of videos. It's organized into collections so that you can train based on what you need. Whether you're a beginner, an athlete, whether you're desk-bound, traveling, or just managing aches and pain. And stick with me here, because I'm going to tell you all about what we cover. First, I make this simple and safe. You'll start with the Start Here collection that explains what Kinstretch is, what mobility should feel like, what to avoid so that things don't flare up, and how to scale movements if you're stiff or you're dealing with pain, because progress isn't necessarily about pushing harder, it's about training smarter. Then, I go a bit deeper in explaining more of the concepts and the terms you'll hear me use in class, so you know what to expect and what I'd expect from you. This is where we make the terminology and the concepts easy. This is where I break down the key ideas in plain language. Mobility versus stability versus flexibility. What usable range means. Why workspace matters. What cars and pails and rails and isometrics and liftoffs are. And we'll talk about breathing and bracing cues. We'll talk about how the nervous system plays a role in stiffness and restrictions. So you don't just follow along, you actually understand what you're doing and why it works. And then you get into the actual training. Follow along mobility sessions that can be used as a daily practice, as warm-ups before training, as recovery sessions, or just as targeted work when something feels stuck. These sessions are built to be repeatable because repetition is where change actually happens. And you'll also find targeted collections for the joints and patterns that matter most. Shoulders and scaps, your hips, your spine, your knees, your ankles and your feet, your big toe, your wrists, your elbows. Because most issues don't come from nowhere. They usually come from missing workspace, lack of control somewhere else in the system. And because life is real, we build for real situations. Desk and posture resets, travel resets, downshift and recovery sessions, and quick sessions for busy days. So even if you've got just 10 minutes, you've got a plan. This is for the person who wants to stop feeling tight all the time, who wants to move without fear of flare-ups, who wants to build confidence in their joints, who wants to lift, run, train, or just live with less restriction and actually keep progress, not just feel looser for a day. And it's for athletes who want the edge that most people miss. Cleaner positions, more options, fewer breakdowns. One more thing I want you to know. At the time of this recording, we're still hard at work filming and editing a ton of content. Right now, as you're watching this, there's already 17 plus hours of mobility content inside this platform. A big part of that is replays from our weekly live Kinstretch sessions. So you're not just getting theory, you're getting real coach-led training you can follow along with anytime. And this is just the starting point. The library is growing quickly. New sessions, new collections, and more targeted content will be added regularly. As we speak, I'm hard at work producing, filming, editing. So depending on when you're watching this, the platform may look very, very different. And it will continue to evolve as this membership grows. What won't change is the goal, and that's to give you clear guidance, structured mobility training, and a system you can actually stick with long term. If that sounds like what you've been missing, you're definitely in the right place. And one last thing, you'll also get full access to our weekly online Kinstretch classes live with me on Zoom. If you can attend live, it's a great chance to train alongside others, get instant feedback, and ask questions in real time. And if your schedule doesn't allow it, no problem. Every session is recorded and uploaded to this platform, so you can watch it whenever you want, as many times as you need. You'll also have access to our community through the forums on this site and our Facebook group, where you can connect with people who might be working through the same challenges as you. Because sometimes just having that extra layer of support and shared experience is all you need to get started, to keep going, and to stay consistent. So sign up, join us, and build a body that can truly last a lifetime.